Attention. Class is now in session. Education, information, informative to oneself.
Young black boy,
History, past, present.
Can't stop, ma. You ain't got time. Erase my mind, but still I shine, and it gets to me. When thinking about our history, they took away our books. Now everything seems like a mystery. We went from having gold to being sold. Now we fighting for the right to save our souls. Just remember, we're still mad ill. They kill Emmett Till. If we all stand together, we create Black Shield.
Education of 146,000 days, 400 years, mysterious tears, scars bound to stay. Culture stolen, reprimanded, names thrown away. Revolutionist movement came because this was bound to change. Chains, shackled, obtained, pronounced slaves. Separation of families and crucified in the rain. Brainwashed to believe there was no hope to attain. Then we staged the war and the victory we have claimed. Black education, artillery, know your history. Because an ignorant soul is only a mystery. One hand, one soul, one stand, one goal. United as one army and divided if we fold. Black shields, new mission. Black shields, one vision. Black shields, reliving. Black shields, the times we living in. Because it was MLK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and the rest of all paved the way. Digest, materialized education of our emancipation. Proclamation of our freedom in the sacred pages. Inform yourself of the movement and its many stages. Don't take this biased respect to all different races. Just educate self of all the many different phases. Black shields, black love, must improve our situation.
Can't stop, ma. You ain't got time. Erase my mind, but still I shine, and it gets to me. When thinking about our history, they took away our books. Now everything seems like a mystery. We went from having gold to being sold. Now we fighting for the right to save our souls. Just remember, we're still mad ill. They kill Emmett Till. If we all stand together, we create Black Shield. Can't stop, ma. You ain't got time. Erase my mind, but still I shine, and it gets to me. When thinking about our history, they took away our books. Now everything seems like a mystery. We went from having gold to being sold. Now we fighting for the right to save our souls. Just remember, we're still mad ill. They kill Emmett Till. If we all stand together, we create Black Shield. Cotton fields to the bill, saints in New Orleans. I'm here to tell you about a legacy that has been stolen. Actually, this is a message. If they laugh at me, I spit something that shake their ass about the apathy. My elders told me age 7, get your education. You gotta take it, son. They ain't gonna give you reparations. I did that college shit and now I'm spitting knowledge on another continent. I'm blasting off like I'm a rocket ship. Fred Hampton, Huey P. Remember Stephen Biko, Patrice Lumumba, and Kwame Nkrumah for the people. Nat Turner, David Hill, even Bobby Seale. I bet Malcolm X and Martin, they dreamed of Emmett Till. Revolution of self, elevate the mind state. Boost up the reading score, down with the crime rate. Clown with the nouns great, profound and it sound great. Marching all in unison until we make the ground shake. One love, one stance, one God, one aim. Reverse mental conditioning until we all become sane. Whenever you say something real, they always coming after you like Dracula. Still say unify the diaspora. Senegal to Detroit, Eskimos and the Haitians. Compton to Berlin, Hawaii to the Bayesians, the Europeans and Asians. Patient, staging a worldwide city and listen, Black Shield, can't stop.
Hey, top of the top. Happy Macam Tuesday. You know, we bright and early right now. You know, Timbit. You know, I'm here. All right. We don't say hi, I got here. We just know that I'm here. All right. Let's go ahead and kick off this disclaimer real quick. You tapped into the Make a Culture Move podcast, more specifically the top of the top with King Phillip, where I'm talking about the issues that we see within our own community that we're not supposed to talk about. And the minute we start talking about these issues, those in our own communities see and feel attacked and go under attack. And that's not the means, that's not the vibe, that's not why we are doing what we are doing. You know, we're doing what we are doing just so that if we say something that make you feel some kind of way about yourself, take that time to reevaluate. Now it's acting up over here. What's going on? Come on. Goodness, what is going on in the world? This is not the vibe. Man. You know what? Something is telling me something is happening where I guess I'm not supposed to be talking about what I'm trying to talk about right now because my screen keep going black. My screen keep going blank on me. This is crazy. I never seen or encountered this shit in my life. Like, wow. Let me see if I'm still showing her somewhere. Yeah, 10-bit. Okay, it's showing I'm still live, so I'm good. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and keep on busting it. Sure. That's crazy because I can't see myself on the screen. You know what I mean? But I see myself still on the live, so we still gonna go ahead and rock it. All right. So you know, saying all that to say, if I say something that make you feel some kind of way, take that time to reevaluate why what was said made you feel that way and change the internal so the external is a reflection of that change. I'm also saying too, I didn't have to go anywhere to become an expert when it comes to talking about being Black, when it comes to talk about being an African. You know what I mean? I have a lived experience. That makes me credible all in itself. All right. So yeah, if also saying too, you don't have to wait to be like, oh, I can't wait to see Philip so I can give Philip a piece of my mind, because Philip ain't gonna care what you have to say because Philip already said what he said. There we go. Now I'm back on screen. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is happening, but we still gonna talk about it. All right, we still gonna talk about it. All right. What has brought me here today? Before we get there, let me go ahead and do my quick little run through. Go ahead and check out the Facebook, the makeachessmove.org website. All right, don't stop there. If you're on any and all things social, we're at Macam 303. All right, what that looks like is facebook.com /Macam 303, or you can just type in Macam 303 in your search bar. Instagram.com /Macam 303. We got that Twitter thing booming too, /Macam 303. We got that Pinterest thing booming, /Macam 303. All right, we got that YouTube thing, /C /Macam 303. And if you have a IG, shoot us your handle so we can go ahead and plug you. All right. Shout out to Easton Visions _apparel. They over there doing big things. Shout out for Gems for Queens, doing big things. End Game Associations, doing big things. Body Love by Tal, doing big things. We here. What has brought me here today? What has brought me here at 1:45 this morning on a Tuesday morning? On the Tuesday. All right, on the Tuesday morning. What has brought me here? Happy Magnum Tuesday, by the way. I'm not tapped into the social media as much nowadays, and it's all for a reason. You know what I mean? It's all for a reason. But when I do tap back in, it's almost like, damn, I've been out of the loop that much where everybody is riding. It seems like everybody is riding the same wave. Everybody's frequency, y'all riding that same wave. And it's not one of them high frequency waves. Y'all down here, y'all real low type frequency type shit. All right. And I'm speaking specifically to my 30 and ups. You know, 10-bit. I'm speaking specifically to my 30 and ups. All right. Because this is who I'm seeing it from. My journey, again, I'm in another space right now. All right. Today is the 25th. Dang, I'm almost 20 days in, sure. But I'm 18 days in, which means I'm 18 days since the last time I took any kind of substance to alter my being. You know what I mean? Any kind of substance to alter my thinking, whatever that case may be. I'm 20 days in. I'm 18 days in. All right. That's big shit. Because, if y'all know me, y'all know Philip was a smoker. You know what I mean? Like, my lips is turning pink again. My gums, y'all can see my gums and stuff is getting this color back. You know what I'm saying? You intimate? Like my tongue be pink type shit. You intimate? So I'm saying all that to say, like, I was once, just my head was deep into the clouds, you know what I mean? And now I'm almost out of the clouds. I'm seeing things clearly. I'm hearing things more clearly. I'm seeing shit for what it is and for not for what it should be, and that's the key thing. We always tend to see shit for what it should be and not for what it is. And at the end of the day, us seeing it for what it should be is as in, you intimate. But like I was saying, I'm not tapped into much into social media. So when I do come in, I'm seeing folks, again, this to the 30 and ups, you know what I mean? I'm seeing folks who's talking about all this fashion shit. Intimate. I've never been a dresser. All right. I've never in my life been a dresser. I've been more focused on who Phillip is in terms of what's happening inside of Phillip, not what's happening on an external, not what about what you see, you know what I mean? That's not who Phillip is, you know what I mean? So when you see Phillip, he won't be in no $3,000 shoes, 200,000 pants, $1,500 whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Gold teeth and all the other shit. Phillip, he's never been that type of vibe, but I seen this video this morning about, and the thing is, I was saying earlier too, we only know what we don't know. You know what I mean? We only know what we don't know. We only know what we know. A lot of us don't take the time to truly open up anything else besides the social media pages, besides what we see on the computers. And that's as far as our learning and anything goes. So when it comes to these books and stuff like that, we're not opening them up enough. We're not seeing what we can do with them. We're not, at the end of the day, this will raise and increase our frequencies. This will raise our vibes. But like I was saying, I seen this video this morning when I had got up. And the video, it was a dude talking, he was talking about women and women just giving up their poom, you know what I mean, to any nigga that just look nice, that just dress nice. He was saying how any nigga could buy an outfit and look nice for one day, you know what I mean, look nice for the first time meeting. His thing was saying, give them 8 outfits. Give them 8 dates, whatever the case may be. Just see this man in 8 different ways, 8 different outfits. That's his vibe. That's what he was pushing. Also saying, see where his mail is going to. See where he's laying his head at. See what his closet look like. See what his bathroom look like. All that's good. All that's good. You know what I mean? But I was kind of torn aback, you know what I mean, just because of the fact I come from a community, of hustlers, of drug dealers, of whatever the case may be, gangsters, whatever the case may be, where these niggas stay sharp, but ain't have a dime saved. They out here with all the gold teeth, all the silver teeth, the gold chains, and all that other shit, but don't have a dime saved, don't have a life insurance policy. And when they die, it's a GoFundMe. So is 8 outfits, is we really looking at like what somebody is putting on, how somebody presents themselves, and that's it? I'm asking this because, again, I'm talking to my 30 and ups. I'm talking to my 30 and ups. And again, if you feel attacked, please take the time to reevaluate why what was said made you feel that way. I'm talking to my 30 and ups. Why are y'all still talking about the newest, oldest J's that's coming out again? You know, why are y'all talking about the new blueberry shoes, the new red bottoms, the new all that other garbage that don't mean shit once you buy it at the end of the day? None of that is equating it any kind of equity. None of that is equating any kind of asserting your moral compass. None of that is going to make you feel better at the end of the day. And is that it? Is that what we are looking at? You know, they say you dress nice, you feel nice, I don't know, whatever the fuck they say. But how are we putting this much attention into the superficial, into what we see? How are we worried about whether or not somebody has 8 outfits? I mean, I come 8 outfits the same. You know, I got slacks, same color slacks that'll last me for 2 weeks. I got the same shirts that'll last me for 3 months. Macam shirts. I got red shirts, green shirts, black shirts. I got 2 months worth of just red Macam shirts. Why are we worried about what somebody is putting on their black ass instead of what they're putting inside their head? Why are we worried about what somebody put on their back instead of what's coming out of their heart? You know, and it's and I'm coming down to, you know, to ask the question. So you mean to tell me, like, whether or not y'all are giving something up is based on how someone looks superficially? So y'all mean to tell me that's what y'all basing y'all's pool on? Y'all basing whether or not somebody look good enough to give you something to so that you can give them some cooch, instead of looking at how this person handles himself, how this person handles his kids, how this person handles his community. We so worried and stuck on whether or not this person got $400 shoes on his feet, but don't have $400 in his savings account. We so worried about whether somebody is bald-headed or not, instead of the knowledge that's inside of the head. I keep a cap on. I mean, I ain't even gonna go into it, but you know, how much attention are we putting to shit that has no value, shit that has no purpose? Looking at perspective. We always see these dudes who be sharp, and that's all they got to show for it, is that they're sharp. Nothing in their name, credit's fucked up, no assets, no businesses. Y'all working for somebody else, but y'all out here worried about the newest shoes and who's gonna buy the newest shoes and who's gonna get the newest. And y'all wonder why, as a culture, we still stuck at the motherfucking bottom, because we stuck on stupid ass shit like that. And y'all condoning this shit and y'all amping this shit up like it's a vibe. It's a lower vibe. Y'all riding that lower train. And that's not a vibe. That's fucked up, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, none of that shit, none of these dudes who y'all are trying to do whatever y'all are trying to do it for, don't give a fuck about your kids when you die. If I die, when I pass, Lord willing, it's not anytime soon, don't throw no party for me. I'm not I don't give a fuck about y'all celebrating me when I die. That shit's silly as fuck. Put that into my kids. Even if they strays, my kids, they gonna be straight. But pour that energy into my babies. Pour that energy back into the community. Don't waste no time trying to, I don't know what the vibe or why the reason is. Who are y'all looking to impress throwing parties for dead folks? And you know, it's you know, speaking of lower vibes, there are a lot of women who feel like a man has to handle them. Like, oh, he can't handle me anyways. Oh, I need this, that, and that. Oh, I can't have no regular ass nigga because no regular nigga can handle me. I'm too much to handle. Do y'all hear what the fuck y'all are saying? Do y'all hear this shit? Sometimes you just gotta say shit just to hear how silly this shit sound. And I got a feeling that y'all say this shit and be like, yup, should be sounding silly as fuck. But again, you know, I'm starting to see things a whole lot more clear. And I'm never to downplay, I'm never to talk about anybody else's vices. I'm never to say, you know what I mean, because you smoke weed, you can't see things clearly. Because you smoke weed, you're gonna ride the lower vibe, you're gonna ride the lower frequency and all that. Nah, that's not the vibe. I'm not doing that. I am gonna point out though that that when we focus on shit that has very little relevance, we're gonna stay little. We will remain little. We don't know better because we don't see better. We never had better. We never had access to getting and doing better. So that's why we stuck still talking about the brand newest shoes, the brand newest clothes, the brand newest of whatever the fuck that came out. We don't know better because we don't open books. We don't try to learn more. We don't look at different avenues of where, I mean, it's coming to the point where, I mean, I'm getting down to the point where I feel like we will forever be left behind, willingly, not because we can't come up, not because we ain't got the capability of huffing and vibing and making something shake, but it's because of the fact that we are always going to be focused on shit that doesn't need our priority. We're prioritizing shit that does not need to be number one on our priority list. And we doing shit for what other people will see us for. I don't know why we're doing things for others' approval. The only approval that you need is the approval of your babies. If you got babies, if you ain't got babies, your only approval is yourself. If you're riding, if you're doing what God has put you on this planet to do, the blessings will come. The blessings will come. All right. I truly believe too, even when it comes to doing the community work, a lot of y'all may not like what I'm getting ready to say, and that's fine. I'm not trying to impress y'all or anything like that. But when it comes to this community work, I'm seeing a lot of folks, they out here hiring their homies who they used to sell dope with, you know, who they used to gang bang with, and they think that hiring them, putting them out there in positions and stuff like that is going to decrease youth violence. I just heard an idea that blew my motherfucking mind. People talking about if we, at the end of the day, the idea was to get commercials put out there, billboards with the nonprofit organizations and names and stuff on there. And how is that going to decrease youth violence? I just need to understand how billboards across the city with nonprofit logos and names and stuff on the billboards is going to decrease youth violence. I'm a part of a youth violence group where that idea came out of. I couldn't believe that it came out. Like it's self-serving. How's a commercial, how's a billboard going to decrease youth violence? Just asking the question. Why are we in here doing the work that we're doing? If, y'all using the tactics that y'all were using back in the 1999, 1998, the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's 2022, B. It's 2022, B. Those tactics aren't working. They haven't been working for the past 20 years or whatnot that y'all been doing the work. The gang, youth prevention, youth violence, the work. If y'all been trying to decrease youth violence for over 20 years and nothing's working, you might want to consider a new field. Because this nonprofit shit you ain't doing nothing but taking from the communities. All right, we can be using the money that y'all are getting elsewhere. My thing is stop hiring y'all's homies. Stop hiring all these adults to solve problems that the youth can solve themselves. Put these babies in positions to, number one, get paid. Hire these babies so that these babies can do the work. If we hire and put these babies in a position to do the work, watch what happens. And I ain't talking about the emerging leaders. I ain't talking about the youth who are in school. They got the support. Not to say that everybody in school is A1, but I'm just saying the ones who are not in school, the ones who are out here in the streets trying to get it, survive, those are the ones that we need to be trying to put in position to decrease the youth violence, but nobody is hearing that part. Y'all don't want to hear that part. Y'all just want to keep hiring y'all's homies thinking that y'all doing something when y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't doing the motherfucking thing. You know what? So I'm saying, I bounced from the looking at the culture on a superficial level, even when it comes to the nonprofit work on a superficial level. How do we move from a lower vibe to a higher vibe? And I would say, again, I don't want to touch on nothing without trying to provide some kind of solution. All right. Number one is don't even put the energy into that shit. Even if you buying the shoes or whatnot, you ain't got to go out there and flash pictures of, oh, I just got these new $10,000 shoes on. You still got to walk. Oh, I just bought this new $268,000 car. And your dumbass is still stuck in traffic with me in my $35,000 Durango. Still, your dumbass is stuck in traffic with me. All right. It ain't flying. Your shoes ain't going. You still have to walk. The motherfuckers ain't gonna walk themselves. All right. And y'all putting y'all time and energy into the shit that makes no sense. Why? But again, some things is not meant for me to understand, and that's clear. And I understand that, and that's cool. So when it comes to solutions, don't put your energy into it. Number two, Open up some books, read, open up something different. Open up something different. Try something different. Try something that you're not used to. Try something that you're not immersed in. You know what I mean? Like all your homies is doing something else. Go journal. Go start writing. You know what I mean? If you don't want to write, draw. If you can't draw, it's all right. If you can't draw, it's all right. You don't need to know how to draw to get your thoughts down. Me versus me. You don't need to know how to draw to get your thoughts down. Me versus me. Back against the wall. All right. You don't need to know how to draw to get your feelings, to get everything out. I'm surrounded by snakes. When you're surrounded by snakes, you put your back against the wall. All right. I'm just getting to do something different. Do something that your homies ain't doing. While they talking about the newest of whatever the fuck, go build something that they can't. And then bring them up with you if they want to come. But don't dumb down just to blend in to be a part of what they're vibing. You ain't got to dumb down for them to smarten up. Never do that. It's not a vibe, but that's all I got for y'all today on this Tuesday morning. On this Tuesday. Intimate. That's all I got for y'all on this Tuesday morning. Y'all Macam out there. If every Macam member was just like me, what would this world be? I always love to leave it on that question. Peace.